It was P2, 30 Dragon Blade here again, this time with my Dragunity deck profile. I recently remade Dragunities because they're a lot easier to make now, and I finally got myself some of the new support in Cybernetic Horizon. When I first heard about the support, I was kind of excited, but I was also kind of let down because this new support, for them anyway, not for Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon support was amazing. But the new support for Dragunities was just a huge letdown because the deck needed like consistency. Personally, I don't think that the deck got that. In fact, what the deck got ended up being not really the greatest support in the world. So we're just gonna dive right into the profile. Again, this is remade and revamped. So for the wing beasts of the deck, you're gonna run 3 ducks, 1 legionnaire, 1 senatus. I feel like this is the good number. I've been testing Senatus. He's okay. I by no means think that he's better than Ducks, because Ducks can at least be used as a beater, and preferably when you make the Dragonities like this anyway. Dragonities in general have the problem of suffering to hand traps, so they get Veilered, they get Ashed, anything of the sort, and they're just kind of stuck there. So that's why I have Senatus, that's why I have Legionnaire. I used to play double summon in this deck too, because I had other ways of like drawing cards and having the engines and stuff like that. I'm still debating on going back to that engine. For right now, I'm going to stick with this. So, 3 ducks, 1 legionnaire, 1 senatus. I'll explain quickly what Senatus does. Basically, you discard a Dragunity card. For the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon any monsters from your extra deck except for Dragon type monsters, which is fine because the Dragunities usually have Synchro Dragons. And its other effect is that you can, while it's in the monster card zone, you can, if any Dragunity cards you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy 1 Dragunity card, equip to this card instead. Never going to use that effect. Other than that, he's an 18 beater. But like I said, Dex is better in every aspect, and Legionnaire just pops monsters. And there's a sick combo that you can do with him and Achilles, but it's a little old and dated, so yeah. Then for the tuners, Dragon tuners, you're going to run 3 Phalanx, 1 Achilles, and 2 Kus, which is the new one. I'm really sad he's a common and not like a super or something, because Kus would look good as a super, considering most of the deck has supers, ultras, and all that stuff. So I was kind of let down that this one in particular was a common. Anyway, Kus is basically Phalanx. It can special summon itself when it's equipped, and it has the effect of being a level 4. So you can synchro up into the higher level ones like Barca. You can also synchro up into going for Trident, and the last one you can go into is Ascalon. And you could do that using Vajrayana and Pat. And Achilles is just in here, mostly for the Legionnaire combo and because he's another Dragon Tuner. The last 2 Dragunity monsters we play are 2 Mistletoe. 3 is too many. Trust me when I say that. You don't want to always I mean, you do want to open up with this guy, so I play 2 to see it, but you should never run 3, at least not in my scenario. You can run 3 if it works for you, go ahead, but I cannot run this guy at 3 because I'm tired of seeing him when I don't need him. It's awful. And for that aspect, it's not that great. However, it's good if they Veiler your ducks, and then you can just, tribute the ducks away to special summon him and continue with your level 8 play. Anyway, other wing beasts that you run 2 Mist Valley Baby Rock because there's a combo with Gaydirk that you could dump this and synchro up into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. That's really the only reason why it's here, and it's an easy special summon target, so there's that too. We run 2 Black Wings. You run Steam the Cloak and Zephyros. Zephyros is part of the old combo because you were able to bounce Ravine back or bounce Darkness Metal and then just do a whole bunch of shenanigans. You kind of can still do that, but you're limited because of links. So just take that into consideration. And Steam is already a good card. I shouldn't really have to explain Steam. It's just good for link summoning. 2 Garuda for play extenders. Again, if they get rid of your ducks, or if you just have a random phalanx in your hand with a wind monster in the graveyard. I mean, it's the options there. He is a level 4 wing beast, so you can use that to go into Vajrayana and all that stuff. Next, we have a Destrudo is a great card. It can eat levels on the field and in the graveyard. You pay half life, and then it'll come out as a level 3 or 4 tuner, usually. And then you synchro him up. He's also our Cards of Consonance target, which we do run 3 of in the deck. One Red Eyes Darkness Metal just for the Aton combo, and he's there just because. And to Effect Veiler, because you have to have some sort of hand trap, really. This deck does not do well. It's a very combo-oriented deck, so they kind of lose to hand traps. Anyway, let's go on to the spells. 3 Terraforming, and 3 of Dragon Ravine. You want to see these cards all the time, so yeah, you run 3 of each, because Dragon Ravine is what gets you to everything. It's what gets you in your combo pieces, helps you dump dragons, etc., etc. 3 Cards of Consonance, because we have 7 targets, and 5 of which are searchable, so yeah, that's what you used it for. 2 Divine Lance. Again, same aspect here. I'm actually thinking about getting a third because it is a good card. And make sure Dragunity is unaffected by trap cards, which is always nice. And it equips a Dragunity monster from the deck. So usually you want to equip this onto decks that you don't have Ravine with, and you can equip this to the decks, and then you can special summon either Kus or Phalanx from the deck. Or you can equip Kus or Phalanx from the deck, and then special summon it and be able to do your shenanigans that way. So it's really useful for that aspect. 2 Called by the Grave, because hand traps suck. You really just need a way to, counter the hand traps, and that's what it does. It counters hand traps. For some one-ofs we play, we run Foolish, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, Twin Twister. Obvious staples are obvious. I don't really need to say anything. And it's just testing right now, and I've been testing and liking it. 1 Solemn Scolding. Doing great right now because I cannot stand my plays being stopped. It's awful when Dragunities go and you try to make a derp board and stop you. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, God. Anyway, so we're going to go into the extra deck now. We play 1 token. That's for the Steam. And now we're going to go into the actual extra deck monsters. We play for links first. We play 1 Decode Talker, 2 Great Flies, 1 Clock Taker. I don't have the good links in this deck. It's mostly because they're in my Blue Eyes deck and they're in my FA deck, which will be posted eventually. I just like these links, really. I mean, Great Fly you're going to go into a lot, and Decode Talk you're going to go into a lot. So I figured that why not play the easier links to get and, play them there correctly. 1 Coral Dragon, for the fact if ever we get Needle Fiber, so might as well play it. 1 Gayderg for the combo, mandatory, you have to have at least 1. And then your customary 3 Dragunity Night Valtrianos. I've been playing Dragunities for a while. I just recently picked the deck up again, but back when I used to play them, back in 2012 when they were at their prime, 3 of this guy. You need to run 3 of this guy, because if you don't run 3 of that guy, you're going to go through them rather fast. 1 Barca, because we can actually make it now, and it helps us go into our last Dragunity Synchro, Dragunity Knight Ascalon. Great card. Don't run Lewin. Lewin sucks. But you want to run at least one of the new ones. The new one is good. It's a big 33 beat stick and 32 defender. It floats if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, and it has the effect not once per turn. The floating effect is once per turn, but its first effect is to banish Dragunity monsters from your graveyard to target one monster on your opponent's side of the field and banish that target. And that effect is not once per turn, so that's pretty good. Usually it can run over everything, and it can banish everything for an OTK. So that's why this card is mandatory at least 1 of. Barca is good because you can actually do shenanigans with him now. You can equip a bunch of Dragunity tuners, special summon them. You can make a whole bunch of things. I mean, if Needle Fiber ever comes down here, there's that. You can make Great Flies. You can make Decode Talker. There's just a lot of stuff that helps you with links. Now, 1 Stardust Dragon. These are level 8 synchros. 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Crystal Wing, and 1 Scarlight. This is definitely going to be a second Crystal Wing or Omega soon, because Omega is pretty good right now, and it would go perfect in this deck. If not, I'll take out Stardust, and then I'll put Omega in its place, and run the second Crystal Wing there. But yeah, you obviously gotta have the Crystal Wing, it's mandatory. And that's it for right now. But until I get those, I'm gonna run the Scarlight. And the last card is Dragunity Heretic Dragon, King of Atum. It is mandatory, so that way you can special summon your Red Eyes Darkness Metal from the deck all the way to the field, and you could do just a bunch of shenanigans. That's why this card is good. Anyway, it's 13 Dragonblade signing off.